Morning, guys. Welcome back to Crypto Future. Hope you guys are having a good start to your day, good start to your week. Let's get into it here. I got to get down to the office today. Hopefully, throw in a couple of shorts later, but not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Make sure you guys are doing your own research, okay? Um, so, we got the poll going here. Is Kaspa going to see the same growth this bull run as Cardano saw last bull run? 45% of people said, oh yeah. 42% of people said doubt it. And 13% of people said people who said doubt it are wrong. So the general consensus is yes. I am going to continue to DCA into Caspa because I do believe it's going to have a monstrous run this bull market. This will be its first bull market. So if you guys don't know much about Caspa or you're on the fence about Caspa or whatever it is, I would look into it. I would add it to my watch list, you guys. This is Caspa's first bull run. Um, and I think that the potential, it's a strong layer one, and I think that the potential for it is massive. I think it's got a good run in it. I really do. So I'm going to continue to DCA into it. I think that's Caspa's going to pay for my new truck. So, anyways, let's get into the news here, guys. First, let's kind of have a little bit of a look at the market. Pretty green day today. Zilk is up 6.4%. XRP's the only thing down that I can see. It's down point. It's only down 0.8%. Quant's down 0.4%. Still holding strong above 110. Algo's up 3.7%. Gala's up 6.4. Glimmer's up 5.2. Cadena's up 5.4. Kaspa's down 6.8. Fantastic buying opportunity. I hope it's down when I DCA. Jasmy's up 4.4%. Still holding strong above 204. Almost back to 2044. What do we have going on? Okay, so just as I said in my last two videos yesterday, you guys, Eleanor Tourette has confirmed the response from the SEC PR team when asked whether the rumors of Gary Gensler resigning his position as chairman following the alleged internal investigation had any merit. So, excuse me. So Eleanor's original email to them was, "Hi Scott and Aisha. Hope you're enjoying the holiday weekend. Wanted to touch base about the reported anonymous SEC source. This is Gary Gensler is going to resign following an internal investigation. Is there any truth to this? Thanks in advance. Best, Eleanor Tourette, Fox Business." And the response was as follows. Nope. That's it. One word. Nope. So there's your answer, guys. And that's 0 for 2 for Crypto Geek. He's made up two stories in the last week and a half. Both have gone viral, and both were not true. Both he just made up. So take anything that you see from him and his website with a grain of salt, you guys. I'm not bashing the guy, but I mean, very clearly, I don't know why he's making up fake stories and stuff, but whatever, right? All right, from the Aussie life, Japanese smart cities are still in the early stages of development. The Internet of Things will connect a vast amount of devices and sensors throughout the city, allowing massive amounts of data to be collected and analyzed in real time. This data needs to be stored and protected. In comes Jasmy. Exactly. And then you get people saying, "Oh, they don't have a use case. What are they going to use it for?" Just saying. Know what you hold. Know what you hold. Jasmy Crypto says Jasmy is too quiet when we're down. Pump it up and don't stop no matter what. Our patience will come at the right time. He's right. It's just, when things are quiet, when things are kind of, you're not hearing them much, you're not seeing many tweets, and you're not seeing many videos and stuff. I mean, you'll always see videos from me, but that's a good time to know that you should be DCAing. I mean, it's not financial advice, but you should be. That's an opportunity to DCA, and that's the best time to DCA. Remember, you guys, always remember, millionaires are made in the bear market and in the accumulation phases, not in the bull market, right? So keep that in mind, you guys. Candlestick Maker says the best time to buy Jasmy is when the FUD is high, the price crashes. When you're so terrified, you question your own conviction in Jasmy. Because if a diamond hand like yourself is in fear, cotton hands have already sold at a big loss, and the price has bottomed. So he's absolutely right here, guys. The thing is that, like, there's been times like let's take Algorand for example, right? I love Algorand. Algorand is actually trending right now, by the way. So hashtag Algo. Um, I've been DCing in Algo, and I love Algo. I really do. Um, but recently, just the way things have been, in my mind, you start to question. Should I keep DCing into Algo, or should I start? Like I've never thought about selling. Don't get me wrong, right? I would never do that. I don't sell red. I sell green. Um, but it does make you question: should I continue to put more money in, right? And like that creeps into your mind. And to be honest with you, it's crept into mine a few times when it comes to something like Algo. But at the end of the day, I remind myself of my convictions. I remind myself, you know, about what this project is, and I buy more. I continue to DCA, and I won't stop. I will not be shaken. I will not be stirred. You cannot take my bags from me, right? I will sell them when I'm ready to sell them. No amount of FUD. If it goes to zero tomorrow, then we're riding the pines to zero, baby. That's what we're doing. So you just have to remind yourself, guys, of what you're holding, right? And if you ever question, like if Jasmy holders, if you ever question, you're like, should I be buying more? Should I sell my bags at a loss? Blah blah blah. Just come back and watch one of my videos, guys, about Jasmy, and it will remind you why you hold it, right? Um, don't be shaken out. Sell when it's green, when you want to sell it, not when somebody manipulates you into selling it through FUD, right? Um, that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to keep things bullish, keep you guys, on the right path. Um, we got CoinDesk tweet here. First mover Asia Bitcoin maintains 30K as prospective issuers rifle ETF applications. Plus, Japan is a regulatory success story when it comes to digital assets and Web3 by walking around the recent IBS crypto conference in Kyoto. One can't help but feel that something is amiss. Underlined the important points. Not to mention, our Jasmy was a gold sponsor at IBS conference in Kyoto, Japan. Here, Hara took the main stage and explained data democratization to the masses. Exactly, guys. Right? Big perspective. Right? Zoom out. 100%. Team Lambo says, imagine Jasmy going to 100,000, going and going 100,000x in 12 years, just like BTC did. Yeah, I said, imagine, nothing more. And it's not, I mean, so if you say that to people right now, if you were to say that to people, what would they say to you? Right? Yeah. Okay, that's never going to happen. Blah, 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 right? But the fact of the matter is, they said the same thing about Bitcoin 12 years ago, right? We have to learn from history. Fools will always be fools, and that's the thing, right? Fools will always, people who say that they live a realistic life and stuff like that will never achieve any greatness. They'll never be in on a coin that, like Jasmy, that 100,000 X's and stuff like that, right? Because to them in their minds, it's not realistic enough for them, right? So they'll settle for the small gains and stuff. And small gains are fine, periodic, consistent small gains, right? But they'll never achieve any greatness, any life-changing wealth, or anything of that nature, because they're too caught up in what's realistic and what the odds of something happening. Well, this would have to happen, and market cap would have to be this, that, and the other thing. Okay, then don't buy it, but don't try to stop others from achieving their goals, their life changing wealth. I don't know. Just my thoughts, guys, right? I don't listen to fudsters. John Deaton said, we need Patrick. Well, he's responding to a tweet here. I'll read that tweet first. I would not be surprised if Gensler resigns soon. His only political future rests on bowing out gracefully in order to do some administration solid in an election year, because we're making him an issue that could not, or that could cost Dems the Senate and key electoral college states. Exactly. And I've been saying that, you guys, for a couple of weeks now, right? Like, even when this fake story came out of Gary resigning, I said, like, look, this isn't true, but Gary is going to resign at some point. They're not going to fire. He's not going to let them fire him, right? Because he has political aspirations. I say that all the time, you guys. He wants to work in Congress. He wants to, have more power, and his chances are severely diminished if he gets fired. But if he resigns and kind of quietly walks away for a little bit, and all of a sudden he's no longer the popular, he's the fire Gary Gensler's not trending on social media anymore, well, then he comes back. He'll pop his head back up again, right? He did the same thing at the CFTC. He resigned, massive investigations. He resigned, quietly stepped down and disappeared for a little while, and then bam, now he's back, right? And it's going to happen again. It's just a matter of time. So John Deaton replied to that, said, we need Patrick Henry, French Hill, Rep, I'm going to butcher this, but Huizinga, Warren Davis, and Majority Whip, the others of the FSC to subpoena all records, emails, correspondence, and notes regarding all meetings and communications between Gary Gensler and the SEC and Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX official. Exactly. So John's pushing for this, trying to tell Congress, you guys need to subpoena all this information, because Gary did some shady dealings here with Sam Bankman-Fried, and we need to get to the bottom of it, and Gary needs to pay the consequences of his actions, right? Accountability should be number one. Then we got this story here. Vitalik Buterin thinks that staking ETH is dangerous. Vitalik Buterin is only staking a small percentage of his ETH, as he sees staking as a major risk. Today I'll show you. Okay, so what does that tell you about a project when the founders are laughing in the background about, and I like literally laughing? I've seen the videos trending on YouTube or on Twitter, where they're asked, the devs and stuff of Ethereum are asked about how much they stake, and they laughed. They said, no. I believe the quote was something to the effect of, when you make the cookie, when you're the cookie maker, you know how the cookie's made, and so they know the risks. So they're too smart to be, risking their Ethereum by staking it. So should you be staking yours? If these guys are not confident in the security and the safety of their staked Ethereum on the same platform as you guys, why should you guys be staking yours if he's not staking his? I don't know, man. It's just common sense to me. You made it, and if you don't trust it, I sure as hell ain't trusting it. Just putting it out there. Breaking, Belarus shocks crypto community with unprecedented move to ban P2P Bitcoin transactions. This really shouldn't be that much of a surprise, you guys, that they want to ban person-to-person Bitcoin and crypto transactions, because they want to tax it. They want someone in the middle, a hedge fund, a bank, who can get a fee, right? That's what they want. Of course they're going to ban. They're not going to want me to be able to pay you directly with no middleman collecting a fee. This isn't a surprise. Come on now. Singapore to require crypto firms to put users' assets into trusts by year end. So again, this is not a bad thing, because, I mean, we do have a problem with firms and exchanges not backing the crypto that people are holding on their platforms, and that's a problem, right? If they say that they, if people have, $100 billion worth of crypto on their exchange or their in their firm, then they should actually hold that, right? They should hold that much. This shouldn't, this is common sense stuff, right? These are the kind of backdoor reasons that we need regulation. This is the kind of regulation we need, right? Security and safety in your funds. This whole concept of, like, and don't get me wrong, it's banks too. Like, this whole concept of not your keys, not your crypto is complete bullshit to me. It really is. If I put $1,000 on Binance, I don't understand morally, ethically, or legally how all of a sudden that $1,000 belongs to Binance. I didn't give any permission for Binance to now be the owner of my $1,000, right? I don't understand how courts are allowing that to be the standard. Like, and for banks, it's the same thing. It starts with banks. You put your money, you put $1,000 into your bank account, it's no longer your $1,000. How does that work? But then they tell you that, you know, using a bank is the only possible way to survive in this world. At the same time, you go to work, what happens? Did you direct deposit? Boom, your money is so in that, think about that for a second, okay? So you go to work, right? And you work all month. You check, it's time to get paid, and your work sends your money directly to your bank account, and legally that money's not yours. So you just worked for free, then, is what you're saying, right? Because you're not even a middleman with your own money. You don't ever even touch it legally, right? Because your work just gives it to the bank. And then the bank can at any point say, well, it's not your money. How does that make any sense? How are we agreeing to this system? It's mind-boggling to me. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Is that not like completely and utterly ridiculous? I don't know. I think it is. And then we got, on a funny little side note, U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission tweets out, "Are you looking for better work-life balance? We're hiring over 100 experienced attorneys in our D.C. office. Join us Wednesday, blah, blah, blah." So Mr. Huber retweets, this is, "Are you looking for a better work-life balance? We're hiring 100 experienced attorneys, DC office. Why exactly is a job at the SEC in Washington so good for your work-life balance?" Now, I recall, I think it was late last year, I was watching an interview with John Deaton, and he had mentioned, keep in mind, it's not a direct quote, but it's you know, I recall him saying that in his world, now the legal world, with lawyers, was that because the SEC's been trying to hire lawyers for, a year and a half now, because they're trying to, increase and come after crypto. But the message inside of John Dean's world, from what he said, from what I recall, was that none of the lawyers want to go and work at the SEC because they're being asked to say and do things that damage their careers. They're being asked to lie, to do, basically operate, like Torres said, without a faithful allegiance to the law. And that damages your career, right? So apparently a lot of them, and not to mention the fact that they don't want to go down that road. As moral human beings, they don't want to go in and work for a company or branch of government that's going to intentionally have them twisting truths and bullshitting. And don't get me wrong, yeah, lawyers twist truths all the time, but not to the extreme that the SEC has them do it, right? They will literally argue one thing and then the next day come into court and argue the polar opposite if it suits their narrative that day. And they have done it, right? With the whole Hinman documents, it's his personal opinion, and then they tried to say that it was official SEC, guidance. Like they tried to have it both ways. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like these lawyers don't want to do that, right? Plus, you just look like an imbecile. Why would you want to look like an imbecile, right? So, anyways, guys, I thought I would end that on a bit of a funny note. It's funny that the SEC can't seem to find lawyers to hire. Yeah. Anyways, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. We shot up last night in subscribers. I woke up this morning. I had a ton more. We need 10 to get to 300, guys. Let's get over 300. Let's push it up over 300. That'd be fantastic. The more we get, the sooner we can get the live streams going. So let's get that happening, guys. Let's subscribe. If you want to stay up to date, if you want to stay ahead of the game with a lot of this information, I told you guys that Stacks was going to get listed on Coinbase before it went mainstream on Twitter. I told you guys VeChain was going to get listed on Coinbase before it went mainstream on Twitter. And both of them pumped the following days after I told you the day before, right? So if you want to stay up to date with that kind of stuff, make sure you're subscribing, you guys. Shoot me a comment down below. And also, I noticed in my evening video last night, I had I uploaded the video, and then I went to go watch a movie with my son, the new Mario movie. So we went to watch that in the basement. And by the time I came back upstairs from the movie being over, I had 62 comments on the video. And almost, I think 58 of them were scams, right? So just keep in mind, guys, I don't have any, I don't contact you guys anyway. I don't have WhatsApp or anything like that. Ignore the if people are saying in the comments, this person helped me get, my day trading up and stuff. Don't listen to that stuff. It's all scams. Don't reply to them. None of that stuff, right? Again, I don't have WhatsApp. I will never ask you to send me money. I will never ask you for anything like that. So if anybody does, that's not me. Don't send them money. Okay, guys? But yeah, shoot me a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.